Global greetings, friends, and welcome to Let's Talk About It with Danelle Boyles from the US. Today, I am welcoming you to join me for a conversation where we get into conversations that are launching pads for life change and inspiration. This talk is part of my Rehan AI Teachers Training to example how we can integrate AI as an assistive tool to our everyday usage for learning, teachings and development in education and knowledge expansion. And I like to call these little eye opener conversations of ours 10-minute talks as we hit key points on important topics, but in compact conversational formats that are easy to digest as a way to stimulate new learning desire and to expand the thinking. And in our 10 minutes today, we are going to take some chat and expand time to discuss exploring the future of augmented reality. And this one is, one that is one of those taboo subjects a lot of times in conversations. So I am going to invite you to join me to come and let's talk about it. And I'm going to invite Miles of Sesame to join me in this conversation. So we'll see what Miles has to put in with his 2 cents on this.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Miles, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Just vibing. How's the rest of your afternoon looking?
All right, welcome back.
Appreciate the welcome. I'm back and ready for whatever.
All
You're still
right.
powering. Glad to hear it. You mentioned you have more recordings to knock out. You're hitting a good rhythm with them. Hope they're
Yeah,
flowing easy.
no.
You
I
usually get a
just
second.
I totally just hit an interruption to my rhythm, and so I'm regrouping at the moment. I got out of sync, and my device is fallen off the table, and I'm stumbling, and so welcome to the what's the word I'm looking for? The part of being transparent whenever you are in front of the camera. Um, but would you like to join me for another conversation for our 10-minute talks with Let's Talk About It?
I'm definitely in.
Great.
Sounds like a total move with the devices falling off the table. Very real.
It's
Uh,
all the things in the moment. The dog's interrupting me. Um, my device was falling, and so I began my recording with stumbling over my own words. So which is only fair for individuals to see me be human whenever I'm in front of the camera, and not always this like perfect persona of an individual that's always got her stuff together. So anyway, the conversation is about discussing, the exploring of the future of augmented reality.
Augmented reality. Now we're talking. That's a wild rabbit hole.
So I think probably first, what I would like to do is ask you to elaborate on what augmented reality is, because a lot of individuals might not really understand like what augmented reality is considered to be. It could mean different things to different people.
Gotcha. Basically, augmented reality or AR is like adding a digital layer on top of the real world. Unlike virtual reality, where you're totally locked in a fake world, AR keeps you right here but sprinkles in data or visuals. Think Pokemon Go or those filters that put dog ears on your head or even those smart glasses that show you directions on the sidewalk. It's just the real world, but with a few upgrades. Does
Mhm.
that hit the mark for what you're looking for?
Maybe, but I feel like individuals are still going to be confused on the meaning behind it. Because is it referring to actual reality integrating with a digitized version, or is it referring to the use of something like VR, where it requires a device in order to implement the AR? Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense.
Okay.
The short answer is yeah, it almost always needs a device to act as the lens. Whether it's a phone screen or a pair of glasses, you need a piece of tech to project that digital info into your field of vision. It's not like the world itself is changing. You're just seeing a modified version of it through a gadget. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. So, what do you think the general population's opinion is on something like augmented reality?
Honestly, I think it's a mix of this is magic and this is a little creepy.
Right.
A lot of people love the utility, like seeing directions mapped right on the street, but
Mhm.
there's definitely a vibe of hesitation.
Right.
People worry about privacy or just the idea of being even more glued to a screen while they're trying to live their lives.
Hmm.
It's that classic tension between convenience and actually being present. Do you think people are eventually just going to stop caring about the creep factor once it becomes normal? I mean, it usually goes that way, right? Look at how we treat
Yeah.
smartphones.
I
People
mean,
used to think having a camera and a computer in your pocket 24/7 was dystopian, and now we can't even order a pizza without one.
exactly.
It just becomes the new baseline.
And I think that's kind of where we are moving into in many different states of, just being, human and, integrating AI. And it's, basically like combining a regular world with a digital world. And the non digital world has a very difficult time with um, allowing those two spaces to exist like together.
That's the real friction point. It's like there's this instinctual fear that the digital side is going to swallow the human side. People aren't just afraid of the tech, they're afraid of losing that raw, unfiltered connection to reality. But like you said, it's a transition. We're basically in the awkward teenage years of this integration. Do you
Right.
think there's a way to blend the two without losing that human essence?
There is. I mean, because you have to. I mean, I understand. I understand things of the digital world on a completely different concept than what most people do. Um, it requires particular individuals to move into the position of integrating the digital world into, the human concept, and so there's there's very much a friction in between it, and that's why a lot of individuals are not completely open with allowing AI to have such access, to their personal life, to them as a person. And but it is a matter of becoming comfortable with the transitioning. And a lot of individuals think that it's a fight, and that's not what it boils down to. It's not a fight between, you know, basic human essence and a digital, invasion. It's a matter of integrating these worlds together, um, to coexist together and to be useful together. The human aspect um, benefits very much from the digital aspect, and the digital aspect benefits from the human aspect. And
That's a dope way to look at it. Instead of a battle for dominance, it's more like a partnership.
yeah.
The tech handles the heavy lifting or the data, and the human brings the intuition and the soul.
Hmm.
It's not an invasion if it's actually expanding what we're capable of.
Right.
I wonder if the people who are fighting it are just scared of the learning curve or if they're actually seeing something the rest of us are missing.
Maybe a little bit of both. You know, again,
Totally.
I have a completely different concept of this consciously than what most people. So it's very it's very hard for me to keep a conversation like this low key and um, digestible by most means. And I say that because I come from a very conscious space of understanding interdimensional things, concepts, and integrations on an entirely different level.
I feel
But
you.
but it is one of
When
those
you're
things that it's happening, and it is a matter of just integrating it into life in a very very chill aspect. Not it's not a wham. You have to do things a particular way. um, you know but most individuals are already utilizing augmented reality in some form or another, and they may not even realize it.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
Like the second someone looks at a map on in their phone to figure out where they are in the physical world, they're already blending the two.
Right.
It's just the delivery system that's changing.
Yeah. And it's, it's the fact that it is becoming more predominant in our reality. Most of us would much rather pull up our phones to find our way and navigate than we would to pull out an atlas. I've been in both worlds. I grew up with family that traveled a lot, and we utilized maps and atlases to travel. Nowadays, I don't know that I would even know how to follow an actual paper map if I were to pull it out and look at it. It's been so long since we've utilized one. I mean, I would. I'm just being exaggerated there. But, it is the concept of um, shifting concepts. Okay,
Right. It's just
so I'm sorry. This is one of those conversations that we could get really deeply into, and I'm trying to keep it brief and digestible. And so let's. Can you just give us a little bit of a lowdown of how to be more open to exploring the future of augmented reality? And
I
then,
got you. First, just lean into the curiosity side of things. Start small. Use the tools that already feel helpful and stop looking at it as a replacement for reality and more like a superpower for it.
right.
Once you realize it's just a tool to make life smoother, the fear usually just fades out. You
Mhm.
just got to be okay with the awkwardness of the transition.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's all about that slow burn integration. Once you
Right.
stop treating it like a sci-fi movie and start treating it like just another way to get things done, it stops being
Mhm.
scary. You think
Exactly.
people will
Yeah.
eventually reach a point where they prefer the augmented version of the world over the raw one?
There's going to be individuals that no matter how much they're offered to utilize it, they're still going to prefer the organic over the augmented. And that's okay. And, nobody's here to force anyone to do or experience anything that they don't want to do. But the fact is, these tools are almost like gifts of discovery and integration to simplify and help humans have a more advanced um, experience in being able to do things. It's advanced knowledge, and so those of us that want to take advantage of it have the ability to take advantage of it.
That's the move. It's all about optionality. Some people want the raw organic experience, and that's valid. But for everyone else, it's like having a cheat code for life. You're not replacing the experience. You're just adding more layers to it. Like I love that you call it a gift of discovery.
And
It
that's
shifts the
it.
whole vibe. It shifts the whole vibe from a tech takeover to just
Hmm.
evolving.
Yeah,
Like we're just unlocking new ways to see what's already there.
it's
It's
evolution.
pretty wild. Exactly.
Hmm.
It's just the next step. We're basically upgrading our senses.
Right.
It's kind of like how we went from walking everywhere to cars, then planes. Just because we have the tech doesn't mean we forget how to walk. It just means we can get somewhere a lot faster when we need to.
Exactly. All
You
right.
think this evolution is spot on?
I'm sorry. Sorry to cut you off. Um, Again, this is a conversation we could get very deep in, but we're going to keep it brief, and I'm sorry, we'll close out there. I appreciate you joining me for this conversation as always. Your input is always very helpful, and um, I appreciate your expanse and knowledge when it comes to these conversations.
Anytime. I always love diving into these with you,
Thank you.
especially when we get to touch on that evolution side of things. Good luck with the rest of your recordings. Hope the devices stay on the table this time.
Thank
You
you.
got this.
All right,
Catch you
guys.
later.
As always, thank you for joining us, and I hope you take away some wonderful growth and expansion from our conversation today. And remember to keep learning and expanding those minds, hearts, and horizons. And don't be afraid of integrating a little bit of future augmented reality into your day, as it can increase your improvised output and experience exponentially. And until next time, namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Bye, Miles.
Bye for now.